So I totally forgot to mention at the introduction of this video, but just want to emphasize this now, so we'll just toss this at the beginning. But this figure is not meant for kids. Not even close. We did our best, I think, in this video to not showcase anything, I guess, too provocative. But the figure is just kind of provocative to begin with. So again, this is meant to be a review, so we kind of got to show everything off. But again, not meant for kids. So if you are a kid, turn away now. Turn away. Do it. Listen up, Rangers. No. Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and today in this unimportant review, I actually just realized we never reviewed this. I still got the Cane Toys one we got to get to eventually, but probably be with Arnez. But I figure we'll do this one solo, which we have the Snail Shell RPG-02 of Muse? Asdo, or I just call her the Nun from Snail Shell's RPG line. Which, main reason I got this is I love the Lustia figure. I thought it was super sweet. Probably one of my favorite figures I got last year. And I'm kind of committed to the line now. So after getting her, I didn't have this one pre-ordered. And luckily enough, I was able to... Somebody canceled their order. One of the sites I get stuff off of. Big Bad specifically. And so I was able to snag it on there. And now she's here. She's been here for a minute. We did, I think, an unboxing for her, though. I know she's popped up on the channel before, but nothing to like an official regard. So we figure at least give her the unimportant treatment, which what these videos is they're unedited. Go up on our Patreon in advance. So if you guys like help support the channel, like to see this stuff sooner, greatly would appreciate it. Got a Discord attached to it. It's also the best way to get a hold of me for commissions. Also, I tend to work things out with people there, or if you guys need like custom prints or stuff like that. So make sure to check that out. But anyways, we're just going to get into this. With this RPG line, they've been doing... it's kind of weird, because the first two, it's like we got a Succubus, we got a Nun, we have the zombie girl coming out in the near future. We're super excited for that one. And then they showed off they're doing like a cat girl and stuff. So it's like RPG loosely. But do love the packaging these things come in with, though, where it's got the silhouette of her, because yes, you can take off all the clothes. It's kind of the whole gimmick of these, but it doesn't show really anything on the figure here, but you get some legal bumbo jumbo. But I do actually have to get this out. She's 1/12 scale, so she's about the same size as like your normal like figure arts. Knocked over a bunch of stuff on the floor getting her out. But it comes with this little info card. It's also the next one coming out, which again, super stoked to get that one. So I'm surprised it hasn't showed up yet. Get some legal bumbo jumbo papers. More stuff. Another image of the same one. Get some QR codes to scan. Haven't actually tried those yet. So I don't know what the heck those actually do. And then for her accessories that aren't actually on her, she comes with a open book, which is just, well, not the same as Lustia, because it does have the cross here, which the coloring on this is really good. It's got the leather brown with the brass coloring there. Text looks nice on here, so if you want her reading stuff, that is an option. She also comes with an open-eyed expression, which, funny note, you can actually adjust the eyes here too, which it does come with a tool for that, which is actually on the back here, so I gotta yank this thing out real quick. This is the components for the stand. And nicely enough, she also comes with a couple of spare wrist joints, so in case if you accidentally break those things. But I think it's just like a generic thing for them with the cross-eyed anime girl head. But it's got a cross-shaped pattern. So you stick it in there, and then that lets you pop it back out of place. Then you can shimmy the eye side to side, a little bit up, a little bit down. I wish she maybe came with one extra faceplate. You guys can kind of see what I'm going with, but it would have been maybe had nice to have like some kind of open mouth for this, but I do think it still works pretty well. And she also comes with things that I am super terrified about losing. So we're going to slightly drop this on the table. I won't be able to show off all the accessories for this video because some of these, again, can be a bit naughtier. But the fun one here is she comes with an extra piece of hair, which getting her off the stand, which the stand I do really like. It's sort of like a figure art stand, but it's got the hexagonal base. It's the primary difference. That is just a little bit bigger, which you can tighten these with a Phillips head screwdriver. But for her little headpiece here, it's just slides over top. It's not attached or anything, so you don't have to worry about peg holes or anything in the head if you don't want to have the headpiece on. But this actually pegs into the top of her head. I think it's supposed to go in a certain way. It's not the easiest thing, so do be a little bit careful if you are trying to attach this. But if you don't want to have the head on, it gives you a little bit of added detailing to it. She also comes with a clothes book if you want to attach it to her belt here, which is the way I've been going about it, because I do like the cross here, so I have her kind of holding it above her head. At some point, I might try to make like a little radiant effect here. Nothing too crazy, but I think it would look good with like the closed eyes to have this kind of like illuminating, so it kind of give her a reason to be walking with their eyes closed. But the detailing on the staff is really nice. We get the white at the top here with some silver for the coloring, with a little bit of brass mixed in there, a little in certain sections. Gives it a really nice color variety with the translucent staff, which has a little bit of airbrushing at the bottom and then the pointy bit. What you want her to not be holding this actually just pops off. You slide it on. Good to go. Then for the book here, we're just going to kind of work on deconstructing her a little bit. If you guys are curious about it. But you can disassemble her. For the last stuff, she comes with a couple of peg hands for holding onto the Bible. I know it's not officially the Bible, but that's just what I'm going to call it. But she can hold on to it really nice. And she has another sort of pseudo gripping hand, mainly for the books if you want to have her hand cupping around something, and then an extra gripping hand. A few different versions of gripping hands, another peg hand. I think that was about it. So there's 6 extra hands in total. Was there 6? Because that was for... No, because the one... I feel like I'm missing some hands. So I see 4 here, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what was in here. Because it was... Because I want to say I thought she had, like, open hands. Now I gotta look. Maybe not, though. Maybe I'm just crazy. I think I'm crazy. Because if I had them, they would be here. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. No, we had all the hands. We're good. We're good. So I think that was for something else. But anyways. Getting back on track. Oh, yeah. The other accessory. She comes with these little things, which initially when I seen them in the package, I was like, what are these? Because they're little crosses and they're pegged. And I was like, I wonder what they peg into. Well, lo and behold, starting to deconstruct her. I'm actually going to pop that back out so I don't randomly have that going fly across the table. But you need to remove her head. Oh. Whoop. And in doing so, I might have just damaged this. Because Yes, there's that. I 100% did. Ah, that's a bummer. Well, guess I'll be fixing something later today. So do be careful when swapping out the heads. Can be an issue. Thankfully, I probably got something hanging around I can use. Supposed to pop out like that. Didn't want to. But this just slides off. Takes a little bit of wiggling. And without showing too much, there's actually a peg that goes into here. So, if you remove this, which is possible, to get the... Hopefully I don't break something else on this thing. But when you want to get the belt off, which I'm gonna kind of remove like so, you'll see there's pegs there. They go into, yeah. Then you can remove this. Over top. This just slides off. Well, I say just slides off. Do be careful though, because it is a little tight. So then you can slide it off. You stick these back on. Which I guess technically if I put them on, they're covered. I just can't show you guys on camera. Hopefully I didn't show you guys, but there you go. And that slots in. Hold on, I guess since we're doing this, we'll swap the head piece out. There you go. So you can poser. It's got some coverage, which I kind of appreciate because it's not like it's so short right now. It looks like it's got a little bend to her neck. Oh, that's funny. Oh, actually, I got an extra seal shell hanging out over there. I could probably just steal parts from that. But anyways, works good. Like I said, I like the little bit of mystery. The Lustia didn't have anything to really cover her if you wanted to still like be a little bit more smexy time with her. So I do appreciate that this at least gives you the option. For her articulation, legs can open and close. Forward and back, double jointed knee. Feet, forward and back. Elbows, got a double bend. Rotation at the top of the bicep. Hands can rotate and hinge. Nice play at the shoulders. So, well, I say solid play at the chest. It does pop off the joint, so you get a little bit of play side to side. Same with at the stomach region there. And then the head was probably my biggest gripe, because even before doing this video, I did notice that it seemed to like to pop apart pretty easy. Well, not pop apart, but I would have problems trying to do what I was showing you guys. So like, I just popped this on. How did I get this over the chest? I need guidance. I forget how. Yeah, because I got the... Okay. I think I just got to squish. I was just thinking to myself, because I was like, maybe I got to pop the dress off, because it almost would be easier to, like, put this on and then slide the dress over top of it. But yeah, so, overall, sweet figure. The one thing I don't like is because of the Smexy gimmick, you kind of need to disassemble her in order to really get full use out of it. But as you can see, disassembling these things can be a bit sketchy. So, I don't quite recommend it for that purpose. Like, it's a sweet figure if you just want a busty nun hanging out your shelf with a stand, sweet. You'll have a good time. If you're buying this for the... it kind of works out a little bit in a weird way. If you're buying it because you want to strip her and do all this fun stuff, maybe not the best for that. So, cool figure for the price point. I think it's solid. I think it was fine. The neck, it's probably more my fault than anything. It's snapping like that. But I would just be buying this because you want a nun figure for reasons, not you want a giggity figure for reasons. Which I think the giggity part of, at least for these, is kind of like second fiddle to the figures. It's cool that they have it, but I don't think it's the primary purpose. But anyways, you can always defeat those guys just by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like people today, which I know donate, greatly would appreciate it. If you guys like to, help support the channel anyways, not really buying, like, you could buy these, but the places that I buy these from send us monies, don't sell these. So, if you guys pick up like Hayas or other similar figures like these with the Chinese imports, you can find a link in the description for CalcusToys.com. You can save 6% off your order, code SteveCalcus. Check out. And they do free shipping stateside. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. I could just make her into one of those headless gals. Make 2 Bs or not 2 Bs. That is the question. Anyway, no, that could get inappropriate real quick. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, so you guys are getting a quick little how-to video at the end of this, because for the repair, as you'll see, I dremelled a little hole out there where it snapped off. And also, for the headpiece here, you'll see I have a little screw hanging out of the head. And the game plan is I got that Dremel just big enough to screw that piece in. I'm going to snip off that little nut there. So we're going to do that just a sec. As you can see here, and then just going to screw that back into the other headpiece. And there we go. Not perfect, as you can see, but should stay pretty well attached now. I'm going to attempt to put the head back on and see how it goes. And there we go. It's good enough for me. Because pretty much for the hair, it's not like she really is that posable. Anyways, outside of just being able to look up and down is kind of the big thing. Looking side to side, not as important, but because it's the ball joint there, you'll still be able to rotate and stuff normally. So, not the easiest fix, but still doable with the little bit of tools from the toy parts. Had to sacrifice. Funnest part was actually going through trying to find a screw that would actually fit. I actually had a broken Tamashii stand. Well, bootleg Tamashii stand that had the right screws. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.